Alright, this is going to be a reading about Amy Robsart. And if you are unfamiliar with Amy Robsart, she is the first wife of Robert Dudley. Robert Dudley was the favorite of Elizabeth I. So Robert and Amy were sweethearts, and they were originally married on June the 4th of 1550. 3 years later, Robert ended up in prison in the Tower of London because he was in cahoots with his brother Guildford. Oh, look, and the tower popped out. Isn't that funny? So he was in cahoots with his brother, Guildford, to put Lady Jane Grey on the throne of England, instead of Bloody Mary. So they had a little bit of a tumultuous relationship, and they were not very happy with each other. And while in prison in the Tower of London, Robert fell in love with Elizabeth I, who is also imprisoned in the Tower of London for being a supposed traitor of Mary I and trying to take the throne. Mary was her older sister, both of whom were children of Henry VIII. So, the reason why I want to read about Amy Robsart is she is one of the first true crime mysteries that there has ever been. On September the 8th of 1560, she sent all of the people in her household in Oxfordshire to a fair that was the Nativity of Mary, because she wanted to be alone. She never attended Queen Elizabeth's court because she had some kind of illness. It's presumed that she had breast cancer or something along those lines. But, and Robert never, very rarely ever came home to visit her. He was usually with Elizabeth, and he was her master of the horse. So it has been rumored over time. There are several rumors. One rumor is that Robert had her murdered so that he could end up marrying Elizabeth. And as we know, she is the Virgin Queen. She never ended up marrying anyone. And because of the mysterious death of Amy, she never ended up marrying Robert either, because he was under suspicion of killing her. Another theory is that she had committed suicide because she knew that there was something wrong with her, and her husband didn't see her, and the home that she was staying in was just a rental, and so she was in despair. Another theory is that she was just walking down the stairs and she slipped and fell and broke her neck. So I want to do a reading to find out what was actually the truth. Of course, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. The card that jumped out while I was shuffling was the Nine of Swords, which is about overthinking and having anxiety. And the Lover's card is the second one that pops out, and that is about making a decision about a relationship. So perhaps she was all torn up about Robert, and she was anxious about her health concerns and his relationship with Elizabeth and where things were going. And, you know, she was only 28 years old. And perhaps she was just over it. Let's see if we get another card here. Oh, Six of Pentacles. All right, that's a card about giving and reciprocity. So giving and receiving. So perhaps she just let everybody leave the house because she really did want them to have a good time. The Eight of Coins, which is perfecting a craft. Three of Swords is about a heartache or a heartbreak. It's something that's temporary. All right, the Star is hope, and Temperance is balance. And let's just pull a couple more here and see. Wow, all these cards want to jump out. All right, the Queen of Cups. We know that's not her because she was a Gemini. We know it's not Elizabeth because Elizabeth was a Virgo. And Elizabeth's birthday, coincidentally, is September the 7th, and she died on September the 8th. So perhaps and the Queen of Cups is a woman that has a lot of feelings. So perhaps she was having a lot of feelings. The Moon is subconscious, things that are hidden below the surface. And I think that perhaps she had given up her hope of having a nice balanced life with Robert, and she was very stressed out and anxious about what the future might bring. And in those days, in the 1500s, people drank a lot of beer instead of water because it was more pure, and pewter also poisoned people often. So perhaps she was not in her right mind, and then she was going down the 8 stairs and she slipped. We also know that stairs in the 1500s were not safe. They were not evenly spaced out. And the Hanged Man. So something that needs to change perspective. So I have a feeling that she did do this on purpose. And she did it on purpose around Elizabeth's birthday. And she may not have thought that she was going to die. She might have thought that she was just going to get severely injured and Robert would have to come back from court and he would have to take care of her because her strength was low and she really needed him to be by her side. else wants to come out. The Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of victory and a card of acknowledgement. So I believe that when the servants came home and they found her at the bottom of the stairs, she felt victorious in her plan. And maybe the doctors say that when she hit the ground, it broke her neck immediately, and she had 2 holes in her skull. So I do think she was disoriented. But I do think she did it to herself. But I think she did it to herself. Maybe so Robert couldn't marry Elizabeth, and he would forever be under suspicion. And I don't read reversals. 9 of Cups in reverse. So it is not a wish that she wanted. So I think I was right the initial time there, where she fell down the stairs and she just wanted to be hurt so that Robert would come running back to her. And the Ace of Swords is about clarity, clear information, which we know there wasn't. All right, and the 4 of Coins, which is about holding on tightly. So I think that that's exactly what happened. Is she was disoriented and stressed out. It was the day after Elizabeth's birthday. She knew that Robert was with her at a palace, and she was sick. She had cancer, and she just wanted her husband to be home with her. So I think she purposely slipped down the stairs thinking that she was just going to get injured and he would run back to her. So this is my first history mystery. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, and give me any ideas you might have for another one. So I decided that I'm going to make this reading a little longer. So this is going to be about what did Robert think about Amy suddenly dying. Okay, so his first thought was about financial abundance and being at the palace, obviously. So his first thought was, great, now I don't have to be around this woman anymore. I can just live my life and be free to be with Elizabeth all of the time. And he thought that he might end up being the king. So he thought that by her passing, Elizabeth might favor him even more. So there is some kind of priest who is involved with this situation. There was definitely some struggle, and it was overwhelming. The Queen of Cups, who came out in Amy's reading also, so she was very emotional, and Robert was feeling overwhelmed by the situation, but he didn't want to go through with a divorce or anything like that. He was just waiting for the world to change. And he was in control of his emotions. I forget his date of birth, so I don't know what he is, unfortunately. He might be the King of Cups. Anything else that we want to say about Robert Dudley? The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is someone that rushes in with passion. So I think that when he went to Elizabeth, he was rushing in and trying to woo her and make her choose him. Nine of Cups upside down again. So, and as we know, she did not pick him. She did not pick anyone. She just stayed alone, and he was her favorite for her entire life. And on her deathbed, he had predeceased her, and she still had the last letter that he ever wrote her on her bedside table. So she did love him, but she never did marry him. And let's see what Elizabeth thought. Alright, so what did Elizabeth think once Amy had passed? I'm also curious to know whether she had any suspicion that Robert had anything to do with the death. Also, given the way she always loved him, probably not. But, you know, her father was Henry VIII, so you never know. She could have had some very odd feelings about what love is and what it looks like, and etc. All right. Alright, some messages coming in quickly. So she probably found out very soon after Amy had passed. The Fool card, which is about naivete. So perhaps perhaps she was thinking that she could be with Robert. And then a priest or someone in authority told her that that was a bad idea. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So she thought with the news of Amy being not with us, that she could end up marrying Robert, but there was some kind of priest or person in charge that told her that that was not a possibility. So even though Robert did make her an offer, she could not consider it. She had to be strong, and so she never ended up marrying anyone. She just, she was alone, and she was a strong woman for her country. Oh, that's a lot. Alright, so that's where we're going to end, is this pile. Four of Wands is about marriage, followed by the Four of Swords, which is about rest and stillness. We've got a bunch of fours together because there's another four. That's about foundation. Four of Wands, 11. So it's about synchronicities, and it's the most marriagey card of the entire deck. It's like a celebration of coming together of people. The Ten of Swords is the end of a situation, and as you see, there are stairs here. And this person is gone, and the sun is rising. So that's a very interesting card to come out. Three of Cups is about a celebration. And it usually comes out around a holiday. Her birthday was September the 7th, so this could just be that she was having a celebration for her birthday. The Seven of Cups is about a harvest, watching things grow. They're not growing as fast as you would like them to. There were also rumors that since Amy had cancer, if she were to pass away because of the cancer, then Elizabeth would marry Robert. So perhaps she was waiting for this situation to end so she could happily be with Robert. And the Queen of Queens, which is our Elizabeth, that is a mature female Virgo. She's nurturing of her money and her things. And I lied. I'm going to pull one more card. Alright, and the Seven of Wands is a card of being defensive. So even though all of these people were coming to her and saying, Robert did it, she always stood up for him and for herself and for their love. And she told all of those people that he not kill her because he wanted to be the king. And she always came to his defense and her defense. So again, I'm curious as to what you think. Please give me other ideas, and like, comment, and subscribe.